I love it. I love it. So tell me about like what you do now on TV. Like I've seen you on CNN and so on. You're less the guy who experienced it versus now you're an expert who's being asked for his opinion and so on. How long did it take to get better at the tactical pieces of being on air, being concise, um, crafting your art that now, a lot of networks value?
Yeah, I would say like probably at least a solid year and a half, 2 years before I was like honestly comfortable going into something. There was a point where, even like once we moved past COVID, like with COVID, obviously you do it enough where you kind of know the things that you're going to talk about. Well, once you move past it, and there's all these other, topics about child formula, measles, other viruses, TB. You have to obviously learn the skill of condensing a whole bunch of information into something that's understandable, something that's obviously medically accurate. And then the third point is they don't give you these questions. And so they may be like, hey, there's this outbreak or there's this new medication approved. Can you come talk about it? And you say yes. And finding ways that, hey, they probably will ask you a question you don't know the exact answer to, but saying something that's both accurate but also not medically misleading. And so yeah, it took a while. Now I would say I'm fairly comfortable at it. Like the last week, there was like Gene Hackman's wife died from like hantavirus, and so like I remember that from med school, but I don't like haven't thought about it since med school. And it was literally like, hey, can you come on in the next 45 minutes to talk about this? And so when went up and like looked up some of the quick things, I was like, oh yeah, now I do remember this. And so having that skill of drawing on something that maybe isn't your specialty related, but that know so you can talk about it better than like a layperson, and then finding ways to kind of quickly get up to date on that stuff and then condense it into like a 3-minute use hit that you would do. So yeah, it's still something I would say I'm learning and getting better at each time I do it, but definitely more comfortable than that first time.
Yeah, that's really important, right? Because they rather talk to you than the chief of infectious disease at the local place who's the expert of hantavirus, right? So people think, especially in the early in their career, that they need the title or the 20 years of experience to be the person who's in charge of something for their opinion to matter. But if you've worked on your skill, and it's taken a year and a half, and you're comfortable at taking some complicated ideas and packaging them into something that's digestible, um, you provide value, and they're looking for that, right?